Yo, I thought I would make a video talking about whatever, changing my tires. Yeah, so if you just want to hang out, you're welcome to hang out. And as you can see, as I just noticed, is the clouds. Fucking amazing. Looks beautiful. And yeah, this is Sweden in springtime. There's few countries. There's not few countries, but summer in Sweden is something different, man. If you will ever go to Sweden outside of summer, you go in the autumn, you go in the winter, early spring, it's a completely different country. If you go on the countryside, I don't know, you see a bunch of not dead trees, but not so much alive, you know. But if you go during summer, everything is green and it's beautiful. And now we're mid-spring, something like that, and it's warm already and it looks amazing. Maybe I'll just show you really quick. I'm doing this at my parents' summer house. So this is the place where you have the tools, the shed, I guess, the entrance, old school outhouse to do your business that nobody uses, random stuff, I guess, guest house as well, and the main house. Pretty nice. And the car, it's a Saab 9.3, absolute beauty. So yeah, and if you haven't done this before, maybe I'll give you some tips. I'm not a pro, but I know a little bit at least. So already did the first tire, and now we're gonna move on to the second. And the first thing is, I'm doing this in a place that you absolutely should not do it, which is on gravel. It's a soft ground. You should not do it on soft ground, because I also already got to experience why not. I knew this, but you know, it's the best place around for now. Because if you put this up on a soft ground, as you can see here, it gives in. It doesn't support it all the way. So it was a bit tilted when I started, tiny bit I think. So when I put pressure and the car lifted, I noticed it started to fall, and eventually it did fall. But you know, the tire is still on, so no damage. It was just a centimeter or two. But let's try it again. So let's see if I can support it a bit better now. First tire, no problem. And as you can see, on cars there's always places where you should and should not lift. So any soft spots you should avoid. I mean, all cars basically have this little, I don't know if you can see it, but this is always tough. You can lift there. Mine is quite rusty, so it's probably falling apart not to in the near future. And here a tiny bit of damage happened when it fell just now. But I mean, it's rust, it's an old car, so it is what it is, doesn't matter. I don't plan on having this until I retire, you know. If it lives another year, I'm happy, and it doesn't matter too much. So now it should be supported. It's up there perfectly. Ground not so perfectly, but we'll see if it's good. Yeah, this is sketchy, but let's try it. And there's a safety mechanism we can use when it's in the air, because if it lifts now and I remove the wheel and it starts to fail, we want to have a backup, because we don't want the car falling without the wheel on, because it's gonna do some damage. The whole car just moved forward a bit. Yeah, not good. Handbrake is in. Maybe I need to bring out the big gun. The big gun, wider support, hopefully it works. And this, I'm gonna put, I don't think this is enough, but we'll try. So put it as support in front of the tire on the other side, so it doesn't go forward too much. So also just a quick note, if, I don't know what you call this in English, maybe bolts, I don't know. Pro tip, if your bolts, like you mentioned, if they're really tight and you're doing it by hand, you should not, it's a good idea to avoid these. Speaking from experience, mine were really tight though, so, but the reason why is, I'll show you. So here you can see, if I put pressure on this, if I put pressure on this, the weight will be so far out that you can see it's this one horizontal, it's not straight, it's going down a bit, so the bolt might actually take damage being pushed down. And it happened to mine, and they yeah, long story, didn't work out. So if you're gonna do it by hand, this is the best tool. You get way better leverage, and the weight, as you can see, it's much closer to the bolt, so it's in a more straight line. Won't risk damaging anything. All right, back to the adventure. Is it enough? No clue, man. So now the question is where we're gonna put this one, because it can't be too close, then it's gonna be in the way. All right. I know. So I'll put this further back and this one in the front, because when I lift it further back, the car is gonna go way more up on the front. Feels like it makes sense, right? Feels like a lot of things make sense, but who knows? So today is the 16th of April. Yesterday, 15th. By law, you had to, that's the last day to put on your summer tires. And I didn't have any summer tires, so it was too late. So I may or may not have driven out here illegally. I'm not admitting nothing, but let's see here. Is it moving? Is it moving? Yeah, it's going forward. Man, this is a bit sketchy. Seems to work. I guess it's a good thing that I'm showing you how to not do it, at least. Sometimes you learn the hard way, sometimes the harder way. Usually you learn by mistakes, and hopefully you learn by other people's mistakes, so you don't have to do them yourself. But tires under, this one is supported by two different ones. should be fine. And because I have a camera filming, I'm using the tire as the tripod. But the safety mechanism I talked about that you should have when removing the wheel, I'm not gonna have now because I have two of them, so I feel safe. But I'm gonna still show you as soon as you remove this wheel. So before you lift it up, before you lift the car up, you should already have loosened these, because if they're tight and you try to loosen them in the air, the wheel's just gonna spin. So they need to be loose already, which they are, and preferably so loose that you can remove them, screw them by hand. It's a quality of life thing. And I usually take the top one, or one of the top ones, in the end. And then when I remove the bottom ones, the wheel is gonna turn outward, making it hard to screw. So I use my feet to put this in place. This is the do-it-yourself-at-home mechanic. If you have real mechanic stuff, you can do this in like 5 minutes if you're slow. I'm gonna be lucky if I have done this in like 40 minutes. Mostly due to soft ground, otherwise I could lift the side of the car, removing two at once. But now I'm gonna have to do this individually for each, because I don't trust the ground to support the whole side of my car. Everything is gone, wheel in place. There is no rust right now keeping the wheel in place, but usually if it's stuck, you just punch the sides and the wheel come off or get loose. Oh no, I thought it was a bit stuck, then I would show you, but it's not really stuck. Or is it? Not really. Okay, and safety mechanism, you put the tire under the car like that. So if it falls, you're gonna have to sacrifice your wheel. Better than the wheel than the car. Oh no, I'm gonna have to leave my tripod and use something else, because I'm gonna use my tripod on my car, which is the wheel. New tripod. Alright, let's see, need a better angle. Sky is still nice, clouds are nice. And when you put the wheel in, you're gonna have to aim the holes, the correct holes, because this one looks like it has a million of them. There are quite a few, but for different reasons, so you wanna make sure you have the right ones. Maybe I need to get my real tripod. I have an actual tripod for the phone, and also a microphone, which would have been good because I don't think this sounds very nice, but last minute decision to film talking shit. And also you can use one bolt to kind of aim to make sure the hole is correct, but now I got confused by all the amount of holes. So I'm gonna remove this and make sure I can see. Okay. I think that's it. So yeah, changing tires 101. Working on a car is fun. I'm learning more and more. It's fun to work on the car it's less fun to work on the car after or when you really need it. I really need it. I really wanted to drive it this morning, but decided not to, so I borrowed another car. Decided not to because of the illegalness of driving with winter tires. So I think it's good. Yeah, so you know, I started to miss my car. It's been 1 day since I drove it. Still missed it. How about that? But I have another problem as well because I installed, I don't know what you call it in English, but like sport filter. So instead of the original air filter, I guess, I switched to a sport filter. Supposedly you're getting like 1 to 5 more horsepower of effect, which is like, I'm not gonna feel that probably. I don't really care like that, but it also makes a nice sound when you accelerate. Use the turbo, and I thought that would be fun to try out. Since it's an older car, it's a car I might not have for another year, I decided to let's just mod it for fun. I don't care too much about car mods in general. I like to have my car working, and I think that in general, especially if you're an amateur mechanic, the less modifications you do, the longer it's probably gonna hold the car, be healthy and work. And already I switched the filter. I got check engine light. I don't know, maybe it's been a few weeks now. I know why. I looked it up before I left. But the car, yesterday morning, I noticed that the car died when I tried to start it. It was like 4 in the morning, so it was cold, and that made it more difficult. So it died, but I started it again and accelerated and started to drive, and that worked. And eventually, when the engine was warm, it would not die on me when I was standing still. So it kind of scared me a bit, but I assumed since the one modification I had done was the filter, so probably it would be that, which it was. So I have a code reader, so it read the check engine light to see why it was or what it was telling me, and air related stuff. So yeah, so I don't want to say worst case scenario, but one case scenario would have been to change the MAF, I don't remember, something airflow, a sensor basically, and that would have been like over $100 if we're gonna use that currency, which, I mean, it's not too much to make your car work, but an old car like this, it's like, I bought this for like nothing, so every part I switch makes me think about that I should probably get a new car. But I looked it up, and the filter itself was the problem, so I put it in a bad spot. I can show it later, but so the filter took some damage, but it's all good. I'll just switch spots. Probably have to buy a new one though. I tried to erase the codes because it seemed like it was running better. It didn't die on me when I started it cold, but I mean, it's warm out today, so that could also be the reason, and I should probably switch it anyways, but you know, maybe I'll do it soon, maybe not. So now maybe I'll get this angle. So now the bolts are back on, hand screwed, and we're gonna take the car down, and then when it's down we're gonna tighten the bolts or screws or whatever with the this one. Realize I have no clue what anything is called in English. Okay, so I started to take this down the wrong way, so I'm gonna get it up again, get this out, good. Now down. No problem. Okay, so one side almost down. And you don't want to screw them on too tight. With this one you get so much leverage that I'm still not using a lot of force, and like I don't want to go further than that. So to get more down I would have to apply force, but the leverage is enough to make it tight. So not too much. And I will tighten them in a star formation sort of. Which I kind of fucked up, but yeah, that's the idea. No wait, so this is where you do it. Yeah, I cannot do the star upside down. Only in one direction. Too much thinking. That's good. Final one. Was it? Maybe. Doesn't matter. And now I will do each one again just to make sure I didn't forget anyone. And now I'm gonna do it in a circular motion, which you shouldn't really do, but just so I don't forget anyone. Because the upside star is too difficult for my brain at this moment. All good. One side down for real now. And I'm gonna show you my filter, because for you car noobs, if you're watching this video, there's a 20% chance you actually care or curious enough. And for you car noobs like me, it's quite interesting actually, because when the engine needs fuel to run, obviously, but it also needs air. So it's like a ratio for every like one measurement, I don't remember which measurement, but one part fuel it needs 14.7 air or something like that. And if the air intake gets fucked with, then the engine is gonna get messed up. So this is the filter, the sport filter. This is the sensor, and so what happened was, you see, it's gonna be associated, but maybe you see this. So it was lying in a bad spot like that on top of it. So as you can see here, it took damage, and I'm assuming that's it, because the car runs really good considering. So I can just push it down here and I think that's fine. But gave me some relief that was the only problem. I realized I should have brought a key to the house. I did not do that. It's a 30 minutes drive back home. Would have been nice to grab some water or something. But that's life. And I'm filming this knowing that might not be a single person watching it. But there might also be someone watching it, and especially if you watch this far, get a life, man. I'm just playing with you, but for real. Then I've held up your time for quite a while and not really saying much. Talked a bit about changing the tires and stuff, but I don't know. Should I fill the time with more speaking some more? I don't know. What would I talk about? Talk about life. Should I talk about should you get some life advice from a random dude on the internet? I think there's no shortage of that, but maybe not advice, but my point of view or my thoughts in general. But then what would that be about? Politics? that would not be. I'm not your guy for politics. I have my opinions, but I mean those are just opinions. Doesn't mean they're well-educated opinions. Doesn't mean I'm right, even if I believe my opinions. I guess that's a good thing, you know. No matter how extreme you are in your political views, both sides have valid points and valid intentions, you know. Even if the opposite side from what you believe in are seeming like batshit crazy, usually they have good intentions, you know? But that's enough for politics, man. I'm feeling a bit brave. Do I really want to do two sides at once? Or two wheels at once? Brave, but not brave enough. So, this was tighter than the other side. Still good. Yeah, so what would I talk about? Like, maybe what's on my mind, you know? Just have a little one-sided chat. I talk, you don't get to talk back. Or I mean, you could talk back, but I'm not gonna hear that. Unless you comment something, of course, that would be nice. That could evolve into a conversation, a dialogue. It would be nice to make some more videos talking random shit, but you know, the question is, am I talking into a device or is there someone on the other end? That would be the actual fun part. To kind of build a community. Not my community, but you know, a community. With like-minded people, just trying to figure out their way of life, sharing their ideas, sharing what they're doing, their progress, their lessons, their way of changing a tire. Yeah, that's it. All right. Goodbye.